In this section, we will discuss about two things. The first one is OSPF stuck in init state. So the possible reason for OSPF to stuck in init can be, let's say, there is a router that received a hello packet, but it did not find its own router ID in that. In that case, your OSPF router will be stuck in the init state. So this can be due to an ACL, which is blocking the OSPF packets from the other router. Okay, so we'll see it with the practical. Let's see the second point also, then we'll go into the practical section. The second point that we are going to discuss today is OSPF stuck in two-way state. So the possible reason for this can be that on a OSPF network, where the DR BDR is mandatory, the priority is set to 0. For example, a multi-access network. On a multi-access network, we know that the DR BDR election is mandatory. So far, we did not discuss about what is the requirement of DR and BDR and how the election happens, right? But I'm just giving you a heads up of the states that can be stuck. Okay, so in our next section, after we finish this, we'll discuss about the election of DR and BDR and what's the requirement. So in the OSPF stuck in two-way state is if there is a multi-access network and where the DR and BDR are mandatory, the priority is set to 0. So when you're setting the priority to 0, it means that you're telling that particular interface not to participate in the DR and BDR election, which is mandatory. Okay, so in that condition, the OSPF can stuck in the two-way state. But the condition for this one is that the priority must be 0 on both sides. Okay, if you set the priority 0 on one side only, then it is not going to work because the other end will assume itself as a DR. Let's see it with a practical now. So we have router 1. If I do a show IP OSPF neighbor, so R1 is having the neighborship with R2, and R2 is the DR, right? And we have neighborship via the interface fast Ethernet 1/0. Now, what I will do is I will create an access list. Let's say IP access list extended, and I will name it, let's say, stuck in init. Okay, now let's say deny, or let's say just only permit the ICMP, permit ICMP any. Okay, we are only permitting the ICMP packets. Now I will go to the interface. Our interface is show IP OSPF neighbor. Interface is fast Ethernet 1/0. So I will say interface fast Ethernet 1/0. Let's say we apply this particular access list on the inside direction, so that the OSPF packet will be filtered on R1 incoming interface. It means that R1 is not going to receive the OSPF packet sent by R2. Okay, so the IP access group will say the name of ACL and we'll say in direction. Now let's clear the neighborship. Clear IP OSPF process. Yes. Now if I do a debug IP OSPF hello on R1. Also let's capture R2's interface. So now we can see that on the debug, we are sending the hello packets, right? We are sending the hello packet to the 224.0.0.5, the multicast address. But we are not able to see any hello packet from R2 because we are filtering that particular OSPF packet, right? But if we do the debug on R2, we can see that we are sending the hello as well as we are receiving the hello from R1. If I do a show IP OSPF, sorry, debug IP OSPF hello, show IP OSPF neighbor, you can see that our neighborship is stuck in the init state, right? But if you check on R1, you will not see any output here. You can see on R2 at least we are getting some output, right? So on R2 we can see that we are stuck in the init state, and we have this interface, and we have the address of our peer, right? But this state is not moving forward to the two-way state, right? If I do a undebugable show IP OSPF neighbor, so now at least on R2 we are able to see some output. Why? Because we are receiving the hello packet from R1, but the conditions are not matched, right? That is why it is not moving to the next state, and it gets stuck in the init. But if we check the output on R1, we will not see anything. The neighbor list will be empty because we are not receiving any hello, right? We are not receiving any hello. That's why we are not initiating anything. So if I do a undebug if I do a show IP OSPF neighbor, you will not see anything. And here you can see at least we have some output because we are receiving the hello packet from R1, but in that particular hello, we are not receiving our own router ID. If I go to the packet capture, let's see. So this is the packet capture that R2 is sending. So if we open this packet, the OSPF packet, OSPF header, OSPF hello packet. So in the OSPF hello packet, you can see the this is the designated router ID DR 10.1.1.2. So R2 is announcing itself as a DR. You can see that here is a active neighbor field, right? Active neighbor field means that R2 is receiving the hello from this particular neighbor, right? But if we open a packet that R1 is sending, you will see that, let's open this packet that R1 is sending. So this is the packet that R1 is sending. You can see that the hello that R1 is sending, there is no active neighbor field. Why? Because at R1 we have filtered the hello packet. That is why R1 is not able to see any hello on the control plane, right? That is why it is not putting that IP address of that particular router or R2, correct? But if you see any packet that R2 is sending, because at least R2 is receiving the hello packet from the neighbor or the R1. That is why if you see the OSPF hello that it is sending to R1, it is putting the active neighbor field that yes, I can see you. But when this particular hello packet is reaching to R1, R1 is filtering that particular hello packet or OSPF packet. That is why when he is replying back, or will not say, I would not say replying back, when he is sending the hello, he is not putting the active neighbor field because due to the ACL, it is not able to see R2 and it is not putting any active neighbor field there. So this is the case where the OSPF neighborship can stuck in the init state. As soon as I will remove that particular ACL, you can see that you will see that our neighborship will come up. If I do show run interface F1 by 0, let's say interface F1 by 0, no IP access group, stuck in init state. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Now eventually R1, you can see that now R1 start receiving the hello packets, right? and our neighborship is also up. If I do a show IP OSPF neighbor, now you can see that our neighborship is up. Now let's see the second case that we have discussed, that what if we set the priority to 0 on both sides, and we'll see that our neighborship will stuck in the two-way state. So show IP interface brief. If I go to the interface F1 by 0, where we are forming the neighborship with R2, let's say, oh, sorry, interface F1 by 0, I'll type IP OSPF priority, I'll set to 0. So I set the priority 0 on one side, right? If I do a show IP OSPF neighbor, if I clear the neighborship, clear IP OSPF process, show IP OSPF neighbor, you can see that when we set the priority 0 on one side, right, then it is not going to work. I mean, the case that we are discussing, because in that case, the other device is going to announce itself as a DR, right? And then this will become a known DR BDR router, and there will be full neighborship or full adjacency, I would say, right? If I do a show IP OSPF neighbor, but if I go to R2 and do the same thing, show an interface F1 by 0, interface F1 by 0, IP OSPF priority 0. So now I set the priority 0 on R2 and R1 both, right? So I'm telling R1 and R2 not to participate in the DR and BDR election, but this is a multi-access network and DR BDR election is mandatory, right? So now if I do a clear IP OSPF process, now let's see what happens. Show IP OSPF neighbor. You can see that our state is, but sometime this state or when your neighborship stuck in two-way, just because of this particular condition, it is not easy to troubleshoot, because this two-way state is also valid state, right? We'll see it when we'll discuss about the DR and BDR election, and what is the neighborship criteria between DR and BDR along with the non-DR BDR devices. So this is also a valid state, but we can see that our neighborship is stuck in two-way because it's a multi-access network and we do not see any DR or BDR here, right? If you want to do a verification, let's say show IP interface brief, I will create one loopback. Let's say IP address 1.1.1 255 255 255 255, and I will say IP OSPF 1 area 0. So now I want to advertise this particular loopback to my neighbor. Show IP OSPF neighbor. I'm assuming that, let's say, this is a neighborship, or this is a valid neighborship between R1 and R2. But if I go to R2, if I do a show IP route OSPF, now we can see that we are not receiving that particular route because our neighborship is stuck into two-way state. If I do a show IP OSPF neighbor, on both sides you can check that show IP OSPF neighbor, our neighborship is stuck in two-way state. That is why if you check show IP OSPF interface brief, you can see that we have configured OSPF area 0 on loopback 0 also. So we want to advertise this particular loopback to R2, but on R2 we are not receiving this particular route. Why? Because our neighborship or our adjacency is not formed completely. Now let's remove this particular condition from one of the router, and you will see that R2 will start receiving this particular route. If I do a let's say show IP OSPF priority, let's say 1. So I just set the OSPF priority to a non-zero value. If I do a clear IP, oh, it's already up. You can see show IP OSPF neighbor. Now our neighborship is up, correct? And now if you will check show IP route OSPF, eventually this particular loopback will come up. You can see that now R2 is receiving this particular loopback. So these were the two conditions that we discussed today. The first one is stuck in init state that we discussed, and the second one is stuck in two-way state. The next state is stuck in the xstart state that we have already discussed when we discuss about the database description packets. So if you are not aware about this particular state, when your OSPF can stuck into xstart, then I would request you to go to my previous section, wherein you will find about OSPF packet types. In that you can search OSPF DVD packet, and there I have discussed about the OSPF stuck in xstart state. Okay, so in our next section, we will discuss about either OSPF authentication or maybe about the DR-BDR election.